Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Welcome to our presentation on MARPOL ANNEX 1 violation, a case study of MV Global Horizon. We are Group 10 from the Faculty of Maritime Studies. In this video, I will explain the background of the incident and introduce the international regulation that applies. Firstly, summary of the incident. On August 18, 2023, the MV Global Horizon, a Liberia flag oil tanker carrying 90,000 tons of crude oil, suffered a sudden engine failures while navigating near a sensitive coral reef zone close to the burn. The vessel drifted without propulsion for approximately 6 hours. Although a major accident was avoided, a significant oil spill of the around 60 tons was detected, originating from the engine room built tank. South Africa Maritime authorities quickly active containment protocol and launched official investigation under the port stage control procedure. Secondly, technical failures and environmental impact. The investigation revealed multiple technical issues and failures. First, the oily water separator (OWS) was defective and failed to meet the MARPOL ANNEX 1 discharge limit of 15 part per million. Second, the oil discharge monitoring and control system (ODMCS) have not been calibrated for over a year, making it ineffective during the incident. In addition, the crew failed to activate the shipboard oil pollution emergency plan (SOPEP) in time and lacked adapted MARPOL training. As a result, the oil spill caused moderate but avoidable environmental harm, including visible contamination of coral reef and disruption to local fisheries for about 2 weeks. Then, what is MARPOL and ANNEX 1? To understand the legal context, let me briefly explain MARPOL. MARPOL, or the International Convention for the Prevention of Pollution from Ships, was adopted in 1973 and is the main international regulation addressing ship-based pollution. ANNEX 1 of MARPOL specifically cover oil pollution, setting strict rule on equipment, discharge limit, and emergency preparedness. Is applied to all ships over 400 gross ton and all tanker over 150 gross ton, requiring them to be equipped with systems such as OWS, ODMSC, and to maintain an oil record book (ORB) and International Oil Pollution Prevention Certificate (IOPP). SOPEP is also required on board to guide the crew action during all spill emergencies. So, this incident highlight how non-compliance with MARPOL ANNEX 1 can lead to serious environmental and legal consequences. Next, we will analyze the specific violation of MARPOL ANNEX 1 regulation committed by MV Global Horizon. So, I will pass to the next presenter. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, I am Nur Shafiza at 72265. MARPOL ANNEX 1 is a key part of international law that aims to prevent oil pollution from ships. It was introduced after the 1967 Torrey Canyon oil spill case and came into force in 1983. This annex requires ships to have equipment like oily water separator, oily content monitor, and emergency plan like SOPEP. This applies to large ships and oil tanker with strict rules on when and how oil can be discharged. Ships are also required to keep an oil record book, hold on IOPP certificate, and follow a shipboard oil pollution emergency plan in case of spilled oil. Overall, ANNEX 1 help protect our ocean by making sure ships handle oil safely and responsibly. Moving to the next, in the case of MV Global Horizon, one of the key violations was faulty oily water separator, Regulation 40 in MARPOL ANNEX 1. Ships are required to have a fully functioning OWS that ensure discharged water contain no more than 15 parts per million of oil. However, in MV Global Horizon, OWS was multifunctioning and failed to meet this standard. As a result, polluted water was discharged, contributing to a 60-ton oil spill near the port of Durban. This violation highlights the serious risks posed by poor equipment maintenance and non-compliance with pollution control regulation. Next, another major violation is non-compliance with the oil record book, Regulation 17 in the MARPOL ANNEX 1. Oil-related activities such as discharge, transfer and treatment of bilge water must be accurately recorded in the ORB. This is essential for ensuring compliance and accountability during inspection. In the case of MV Global Horizon, the ORB had missing and misdated entries, especially during the time when bilge water was being handled. This raised serious concern about carelessness or even intentional falsification of record, both of which are often punishable under MARPOL enforcement. This violation highlights the importance of accurate documentation in preventing and tracking pollution incidents at sea. Next, violation found is crew training was also a major issue. According to MARPOL Annex 1 and the STCW Convention, all crew involved in pollution prevention must be properly trained. However, on MV Global Horizon, only 2 out of 10 engineering crew members had received update MARPOL training. This reflects a serious lack of readiness, increasing the risk of human error during emergency situations. Next, we look at the Oil Discharge Monitoring and Control System, or DMCS. As per Regulation 31, this system must be calibrated annually to ensure accurate monitoring of oil discharge. In this case, the ODMCS had not been calibrated for over a year, meaning it may have given false reading, allowing for unauthorized discharge or failure to detect one. Finally, the vessel also failed to follow its Shipboard Oil Pollution Emergency Plan or SOPEP, as required by Regulation 37. The crew did not activate emergency procedure in time, nor did they inform coastal authorities within the required 1-hour window. This delayed the speed response and could have worsened environmental damage. So, as we see together, this violation show a pattern of poor compliance both in technical system and human response, highlight the urgent need for better training, maintenance and emergency preparedness on board.
Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. My name is Rafika Adila, my matric number S72043. Move on to the next, that is technical analysis of equipment failures. The MV Global Horizon case highlights how failures in pollution control equipment can lead to serious environmental and legal consequences. The ship's oily water separator, that is OWS, failed to properly remove oil from bilge water, and the oil discharge monitoring and control system, that is ODMCS, had not been calibrated for over a year, both violations of MARPOL regulations. As a result, around 60 tons of oil were illegally discharged into the sea, affecting nearby coral reefs. The failure was caused by issues like a malfunctioning coalescing filter, sludge build-up, and poor crew training. Only 2 out of 10 engineers had proper MARPOL training. This incident shows the importance of regular equipment maintenance, system calibration, and crew readiness in preventing marine pollution and avoiding penalties under international maritime law. Thank you.
Despite major technological advancement, human error remains the leading cause of maritime accidents, and it is often linked directly to inadequate crew training. According to the International Maritime Organization IMO 2021, many incidents at sea are not due to equipment failure, but rather to poor human performance and insufficient preparation. The STCW and MARPOL Convention were developed to promote competency-based training with the goal of ensuring both safety at sea and the protection of the marine environment. However, despite their global enforcement, training in many cases still focus too much on obtaining certificates and real-time decision-making abilities that are crucial on board. As highlighted by Dr. Dejano in 2025, current programs reduce learning to routine procedure and outdated contents, which fails to reflect the actual challenges faced during emergency. In addition, MARPOL require practical training in pollution prevention, ballast water management, and proper sewage disposals by COMS 2024. Yet, many crews lack hands-on experience in this area, Without real-world practice, they are ill-equipped to handle environmental threats or regulatory inspection effectively. Moving on to the second part, which importance of drill certification and ongoing education. Effective training must go beyond certifications. It should involve frequent realistic drills that help seafarers apply their knowledge under pressure, while STCW and SOLAS mandate lifeboat, fire, and abandoned ship drills, which these drills often become procedural, especially when they are not performed regularly or under stress based on scenario. COMS 2024. To adapt to modern maritime demands, we must emphasize continuous professional development or CPD, which includes simulator-based training, e-learning modules, and updated content on green technology and cyber security. These are critical for preparing crew for future challenges. Ultimately, we need a shift from static certification towards simulation-based continuous learning. Only through ongoing educations, practical drills, and real-world application can we improve safety, reduce incident, and meet internal compliance standards. Thank you.
Hi everyone, today I would like to share about environment and socio-economic impact. Environmentally, the spill hits sensitive coral reef ecosystem. All exposure harm coral reproduction and resilience, and while a 10 days cleanup was conducted using booms and chemical depressants. This method can actually make toxic substance more available to marine life, worsening the ecological damage. Restoration is also uncertain due to ongoing pressure like a coastal development and climate change. For socio-economical, the spill severely affected local artisanal fishery. Many coastal communities rely on fishing for income and food. For about 2 weeks, their catch and sales dropped, creating a short-term recession. On top of that, market confidence fell, fishing gear was damaged, and supply chains were disrupted, worsening existing inequalities. An investigation found the spill was due to clear evaluation of MARPOL ANNEX 1. The ship had a defective oil water separator, uncalibrated discharge monitoring system, incomplete oil records, and poorly trained crew. This was not a one-off accident, it was the result of poor maintenance and weak enforcement.
I'll begin with key policy and operational reforms based on the MV Global Horizon case. First, under 6.1, we emphasize the need for stricter port state control inspections. Surprise checks should target critical pollution prevention systems like the OWS and ODMCS. These inspections must include equipment functionality tests and verification of digital maintenance logs, as highlighted by Chen and Rahman. Moving to 6.2, crew training needs a major upgrade. Current MARPOL and STCW courses are often too theoretical. Instead, we recommend simulation-based learning, role-specific modules, and digital skills development in line with the upcoming 2027 STCW revision. This approach is supported by COMS and BLOCAS. Under 6.3, maintenance logs for OWS and ODMCS should be fully digital, encrypted, and automatically updated. These logs should also be reviewed during IOPP certificate renewals as advised by IMO. This ensures accountability and prevents data tampering. Continuing with the second half of our recommendations, in 6.4 we focus on improving SOPEP activation and emergency response. The Global Horizon case showed delays in contacting authorities. We propose automated alert systems connected to SOPEP protocols and mandatory biannual spill drills. These drills enhance response speed and readiness, as emphasized by COMS. Next, in 6.5, we propose modernizing the All Record Book, ORB. Manual entries are error-prone and vulnerable to falsification. By adopting electronic ORBs integrated with ODMCS and AI tools, authorities can detect irregularities in real time, as supported by BLOCAS. Finally, 6.6 outlines an integrated strategy. We recommend combining strict inspections, digital systems, and practical crew training into a unified compliance framework. The Global Horizon spill was not just equipment failure, it exposed systematic gaps. A harmonized and proactive policy approach is critical for future prevention.
To conclude our presentation, the MV Global Horizon incident on August 18, 2023 clearly demonstrates the several consequences of non-compliance with MARPOL Annex 1. Due to an engine failure near to the port of Durban, the vessel spilled 16 tonnes of oil into the marine environment. This was not just an accident, but it was the result of multiple regulatory violations. Among the key failures were an uncalibrated oil discharge monitoring and control system under Regulation 31, a multifunctioning oily water separator violating Regulation 14, a non-compliance or record book as per Regulation 17, and inadequate crew training under Regulation 15, and the failures to activate the shipboard oil pollution emergency plan requires under Regulations 37. This violation causes avoidable damage including harm to coral reef and a 2-week disruption to the local fisheries and coastal livelihood. This incident is a clear reminder that with proper equipment maintenance, ongoing crew training and strict regulatory adherence, such environmental disaster can be prevented. It was also highlight the responsibility of all maritime stakeholders, ship owner, port authority and regulator to take a proactive roles in strengthening compliance, upgrading system and developing human resources capacity. In the end, the MV Global Horizon case is not just a lesson in what went wrong, it's call to action to do better. Protecting the marine environment means upholding the integrity of international maritime law through continuous improvement in all areas. That's all from us. Thank you.